Just want to say three things that he just have to keep in mind. First of all, and the most important one is the show promoter. You get me? Because the show promoter is the one that invited this particular musician, which is Rema. The show promoter was not wrong for inviting him, because it's basically the new year of Ethiopia. He or she was not wrong for inviting you to come and perform in their country and all that. So it's only proper for you to try to protect and preserve her own side. You get me? Because with the way it is now, I can definitely say the show promoters, they've taken a huge loss, because definitely if he's not coming to perform, I'm definitely sure that maybe part of the money that have been paid to him, or maybe all, would not be refunded. The chain looks like an upside down church that is burning with a cross and all that. At first, when the album came out, the album cover and all that, it was everywhere in Nigeria. People were like, oh, what is going on? This guy, what has he gotten himself into and all that? Why is he doing this kind of stuff? But he came out and explained in an interview and said, no, this is what it means and all that. But it's only proper for him to, since it's a very big show, okay, see, bro, this is Ethiopia and this is not West Africa. This is basically East Africa. You get me? So what happens in Ethiopia? Definitely to fly around. It's only proper to give a formal statement, not just for anybody, but for your fans, and just to protect the show promoters' side of business and all that. Because as it stands now, bro, it's really a big deal. People don't really understand. It's really a big deal, because Ethiopia is not like every other country, bro. I always emphasize on this. People don't really understand. These people, they are like, they don't look for trouble, but don't come looking for their trouble. Because with the way it stands now, it's as if he came to look for their trouble. Hello friends and family, it's your boy Destiny. We're back again with a brand new edition. I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. If today is your first time joining us here on this platform, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to like and leave a comment down below. Well, today we're going to be talking about Rema's show in Ethiopia and why it got cancelled. So without wasting too much of our time, guys, let's get into guys. Well, for those that don't know who Rema is a Nigerian musician, and he's a very talented musician, and he's the owner of the famous Baby Calm Down. So it is what it is. So basically, recently the show promoters and the organizers in Ethiopia, I think they arranged a concert for Rema, so to say, on the 11th of September, right? I don't know if I'm right about that now, which is basically the New Year celebration of Ethiopia, right? But fortunately, the show was cancelled. So why was it cancelled? So basically, I saw some of the posts on TikTok as well, Facebook, Instagram, it was on YouTube and all that. Oh, Rema don't have to come, Rema don't have to come. And I was like, what is going on? So I had to dig and dive deeper to know what the problem actually is. Then I came to discover that his show, like people said, he should not come to Ethiopia because he's a devil worshipper. You get me? So that was what the whole stuff was all about, that he's a devil worshipper. They don't accept people like that in their country, in Ethiopia, so to say. And I just want to give my honest opinion about it. You get me? So first of all, we all have to admit that the country Ethiopia as a whole is quite different from every other African country in the world today. We all know this, right? Ethiopians are unique in their own way. If you notice, the way they do their things is quite different. Be it their style, their food, their way of life, religion, it's quite different and unique in their own way. You get me? That's why when you see an Ethiopian person outside, you don't have to look twice. You definitely know, oh, this person is an Ethiopian person. So it is what it is. That's who they are. They don't look for trouble, but don't look for their trouble. So Ethiopians are lovely and unique in their own way. I just want to point that out first for you all to know. They are not harsh people. They are not rude people. They are not bad people. They are lovely people. They are welcoming. I've been to Ethiopia before, and I visited a lot of places. So I'm saying this like out of experience and all that. These people are lovely people. They are not violent in any way. They are welcoming, and bro, that irrespective of where you're from or where you are, they will definitely welcome you. So I think this whole thing boils down to religion. You get me? So they feel the necklace, and I think a show he did before, when the cross was kind of upside down, it was a big disrespect to their religion and all that. So me, I just want to give my own 2 cents, because see, first of all, as a musician, as an international artist and all that, you have how should I put it right now, there's this sense and sort of responsibility that you should carry. You get me? So, and I saw another video on YouTube where one of the biggest show promoters in Ethiopia was on a live discussion with Daddy Freeze of Nigeria, and so they were discussing about the issue and all that. So she was basically saying that the way it stands now, that it is proper for Rema to come out with a statement and to address the people and be like, okay, since the show was cancelled, okay, that he's sorry, he didn't mean no harm and all that, just to try and reduce the tension and the pressure and all that. Because as it stands now, not just him, the whole stuff is affecting her as well, because she is a show promoter. You understand? So me saying this right now, I'm a Nigerian. You get me? So first things first, one has to protect where someone goes to work and feed the family, like your own source of income and all that. So that's what she's basically saying. So when she said that, I felt it, because okay, yes, she was the one, like she's the show promoter, right? So whatever affects the particular artist she's bringing will definitely stain her name in a way, because history will forever remember, oh, it was this show promoter that brought this musician and all that. So it is only proper for that particular musician to say, okay, I didn't mean it like this, the show was cancelled, this was not my intention and all that, just to save the show promoter and to make sure that like the whole tension just died down and all that. But as it stands now, no statement, no nothing at all. So they were just talking about the whole issue and all that. So I think it's only proper if it's not an apology, because basically that's the stuff on his neck, right? The upside down, I don't know what it is, if it's a church or if it's a house, because before, I will leave a video here for you guys to see when he explained what the necklace was all about. You understand? He was basically saying, no, it's all about his life, how things got upside down and all that, blah blah blah. So I will leave the short video for y'all to watch it and see and tell me what you think about it.
Your album cover is like an upside down house that's burning. What's that about? How did that get created?
Okay, so a lot of people had a lot of misconception. They said it's a church.
Okay.
Anything they just see cross, just say it's a church. It's not a church. You understand? So when someone asked me this question, I was like, what like embodiment of me consists of a cross and a fire? The whole house actually kind of signifies me.
Yeah.
Because you have this, and to the right of the house you see the fire, and that's literally this.
Right.
The fire tattoo.
All right.
So the fact that it's upside down is literally like because of like my weird and unusual approach to music. Also the fact that, everything about my career is literally like defying the laws. It's like we're not taking the normal route, which yes, I was criticized for it, stuff like that. Yeah, that's literally what it's all about.
So basically, it's only proper for him to come and give like give a statement and say, okay, this is how it is, this is how it is. Because with the way it stands now, definitely those show promoters and all that, they've paid money up front. You get me? They've paid money up front for the show and all that, and definitely those money might not be coming back to the show promoter. You get me? Definitely in this show, people do business to gain, right? People do business to get money. People do business to how should I put it right now? But as it stands now, the show promoters are the one losing. You understand? They didn't do anything wrong for inviting him to their country, and him on the other hand, he might still be on the right, because he will say he did this because for like it's basically art. He did it for a reason. He didn't need to spite any religion and all that.
A lot of people had a lot of misconception. They said it's a church.
Okay.
Anything they just see cross, just say it's a church. It's not a church. You understand?
He will be saying he's right and all that, but it's only proper to give a formal statement, not just for anybody, but for your fans, and just to protect the show promoters side of business and all that. Because as it stands now, bro, it's really a big deal. People don't really understand. It's really a big deal, because Ethiopia is not like every other country, bro. I always emphasize on this. People don't really understand. These people, they are like, they don't look for trouble, but don't come looking for their trouble. Because with the way it stands now, it's as if he came to look for their trouble. You get me? So, like she was saying in the talk, she said she had to call, she had to reach out to his team and said he shouldn't come, because basically his life will be in danger and all that, because they don't want him. You understand? So, because the chain looks like an upside down church that is burning with a cross and all that. At first, when the album came out, the album cover and all that, it was everywhere in Nigeria. People were like, oh, what is going on? This guy, what has he gotten himself into and all that? Why is he doing this kind of stuff? But he came out and explained in an interview and said, no, this is what it means and all that. But it's only proper for him to, since it's a very big show, okay, this, see, bro, this is Ethiopia and this is not West Africa. This is basically East Africa. You get me? So what happens in Ethiopia? Definitely to fly around. So guys, that's just how it is, because with the way it is now, Rema is like, okay, after this whole stuff, like, you can start to say, okay, he's not coming to Ethiopia, but who will take the heat? The show promoter will be the one to take the heat. You get me? The show promoter, the show organizers and everybody, they spent money for this stuff and everything to organize everything. And just like she was saying in that video, he was not the only musician, the only artist that they invited for that show. It will definitely take a big toll on them and all that. So it's basically affecting the whole stuff. So it's only proper. It's only proper. Not if it's not an apology or anything. Like most times when musicians fail to attend their concert, or maybe they came late, they do give a press conference and all that, or just leave a message, or even on their Instagram, and just say, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it and all that, blah blah blah, we'll fix the time next time. So it's only proper to just say, okay, because first of all, I just want to say three things that he just have to keep in mind. First of all, and the most important one is the show promoter. You get me? Because the show promoter is the one that invited this particular musician, which is Rema. The show promoter was not wrong for inviting him. You get me? He or she was not wrong for inviting him. They just wanted to because it's basically the new year of Ethiopia. He or she was not wrong for inviting you to come and perform in their country and all that. So it's only proper for you to try to protect and preserve her own side. You get me? Because with the way it is now, I can definitely say the show promoters, they've taken a huge loss, because definitely if he's not coming to perform, I'm definitely sure that maybe part of the money that have been paid to him, or maybe all, would not be refunded. You get me? So first things first, the show promoter has to be protected. The second one is he has to like talk to his fans. He has fans everywhere, because that song was global. It was everywhere. He has to give a press release or a statement to all his fans and be like, oh, my fans, I didn't mean it like this. This how it is. This is just art. He just have to give his own side of the explanation and all that, and just try to make things go down and all that. You understand? Because with the way things are spreading right now, it's definitely not good. You get me? It's definitely not good. It's not good for him, and it's definitely not good for the show promoter. You get me? Because they didn't do any wrong for inviting him to their country. So, and the last one is just, for me, I always say good name is better than riches. You get me? Good name is better than riches. It's better to clear the air now and say, okay, this is how it is. Because majority of the things we just overlook will take a huge toll on us later in life. So, and when I talk about good name is better than riches, I'm talking about the name of the show promoters, his name, and everybody and all the organizers of that show. Because as it stands now, people are beginning to say, "Oh, why will you invite such person? Why will you bring such person to this to our country? You want to blah blah blah." You understand what I mean? So, it's only proper to just come and give a statement, if not an apology, just a statement. Okay, I'm very sorry for this, very sorry for that, so that the show promoters show can go on. You get me? So that the show can go on, and it will damage the show promoter's reputation and business and all that. So it is what it is, because like I always say, after using the bridge, it's not good to burn it down. You get me? So you might definitely need that bridge later. So maybe later in life, you never can tell. So when you pass the bridge, it's not okay to burn it down. So because I'm talking as a Nigerian, you get me? So I'm definitely Nigerian, pure Nigerian, mother's Nigerian, my father's Nigerian, but I just have to say this out because it's not looking good at all. Because seriously, what has happened now, people might be saying, "Oh no, it's just Rema," but when I talk about the good name is better than riches, this will definitely rob every other Nigerian musician. They are all the same. They do this, they do that, and all that, but it is definitely not true. And I don't want to defend anybody, and I don't want to say what I don't know, but these days people will definitely start saying things or start trying to practice things that they're not used to. Like I always say in most of my reaction videos, when I do reactions to Ethiopian music, I always point out one thing. I say I just love the originality. You get me? It is better to follow our culture than to follow a borrowed culture. He might not even think of the necklace that way people are thinking about it. He might not. I'm not saying that's not what he did. You get me? I'm just trying to say it in another perspective. You get me? So we are fast. We as Africans, we are fast to embrace the white culture and all that, because we see other musicians, other foreign musicians doing it, the cross upside down, the symbols and all that. Okay, we want to do it too, without even knowing the meaning, without even knowing the repercussion of these things. We don't really know how it is. Recently, there's another musician that just came out now. This one is wearing a mask, a Godzilla mask. So most of these things are just for promotion. You get me? For promotion, the kind of stunt they do to promote themselves, to go viral and all that. But without even knowing the other implication of it, they just do stuff like that. That's why I say, as Africans, we have to embrace our culture. Don't do things you don't really know the meaning of, because most of these things people do, they don't really know the repercussion and what it means. You get me? Because I, for one, I prefer to wear a plain cloth than to wear clothes that they have different symbols that I can't even explain. You get me? So because in the world we live in right now, like they say, the world is a mysterious place. So we all have to be careful. We ought to be careful with the words we say. We ought to be careful with the things we do. We ought to be careful with the place we go to and the things we listen to, the things we associate ourselves to. So it is what it is. But basically, I want to say sorry to all Ethiopians out there. It didn't mean any harm to disrespect your religion or to disrespect the country as a whole. This was just something that has been with him like since his album came out and all that. So he didn't mean no disrespect and all that. So that's just what I basically have to say. So it is what it is. This shouldn't be a bad example or a means to say all Nigerians are like this or all Nigerian musicians are like this. No, the fact that maybe we as individuals or we as a people had a bad experience with one person doesn't mean everybody is like that. We shouldn't generalize the whole thing and say, oh, they are all like this. No. The fact that you have one bad experience doesn't mean everybody's like this. Nigeria is a very lovely nation. Ethiopia is a very lovely nation as well. And we are friends, we are brothers, we are families and all that. So I say sorry for the harms that have been done and all that. And I say a very big sorry to the show promoters and the show organizers and everybody that was affected, or anybody that was affected by all this. It was never Rema's intention for things to go this way. But sadly, definitely I can say style, or I don't really know what to say, but I just want to say very big sorry. So, and I hope things turn out for better. And also, I want to say sorry to all the show promoters. I know they were planning for the show to be a very big show and all that, but very sorry it had to happen like this and all that. But it is what it is. Like I always say, every disappointment is a blessing. You understand? Every disappointment is a blessing. I believe with this, they will go to higher heights and more bigger shows and all that. So it is what it is. But that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below for more videos like this. Until next time, I remember your boy Destiny, and we're out.